We're talking to Dr. James Hefner, and the topic is Tennessee State University 2003. And of course, Dr. Hefner, during this last segment, let's give you an opportunity to say something about the athletic program at Tennessee State University. I think that each time that you come, we have to get around to the athletic program, and I know you're really interested in the athletic program, and so let's give you an opportunity now to approach that as you so desire.
Thank you very much. I started this program by saying that Tennessee State University is an academic institution that appreciates athletics, and we do appreciate athletics. I was appointed president of Tennessee State in 1991, and since 1991 we've won 2 OVC championships, men's basketball, 2 OVC championships in women's basketball, 3 OVC championships in track. We won the Academic Banner Award. And then, of course, we, for 2 years in a row, we've had the top scholar in the OVC. One young lady who's a Tiger Belle will be a freshman in the medical school at Vanderbilt. She scored 31, 32 on the MCAT with a straight 4-point average. The other thing is that when I went to Tennessee State in 1991, we had the lowest graduation rate. Now we're at 63%, as I said, and we are very high. This past year, we did not do very well in football. We had a 210 record, but the previous year we were ranked 25th in the nation. What happened is that we graduated those seniors. We had only 7 seniors on the team that had a 210 record, and we had about 35 freshmen. It's very difficult to win in a situation like that. We had a very unfortunate situation to occur with our basketball program. Nolan Richardson Jr., his father is senior at Arkansas. He's the former Arkansas coach. We had a situation where Nolan Richardson, out of some passion of sort, came into Gentry with a gun because he had an altercation with one of his coaches. And as soon as we found out, we suspended him just like that. And then later we terminated him before we could. He resigned before we terminated him, but he knew what was going to happen, and so when we found out, we did that. As a result of Nolan Richardson's absence, then we had his assistant coach to take over, and it's difficult for an assistant coach to take over when you have a dramatic and traumatic situation occur like that. And so we started losing. Those young men went to Eastern Kentucky, and there was a brawl that occurred there. And as a result of that brawl, we suspended the assistant coach for a game. And our athletic director, who is female, coached the men's team, making history. The New York Times came to town, and Teresa Phillips is doing an extraordinary job as the athletic director. So she took over, and we played Austin Peay. We're still doing poorly in of course, basketball, but in track we continue to win championships, and we expect to do pretty good in golf. We have a women's golf program now that I'm very proud of. We also expect to do a pretty good job in the area of softball. We hired a person from the University of Mississippi who came, and she is our softball coach. And so we find ourselves in a situation that we're not accustomed to, and that is losing some of our major sports. But you need to understand that in football we had only 7 seniors, and we had 35 freshmen, but the year before we were ranked 25th in the nation. Teresa has done a good job in bringing cohesiveness to that area, And that's the important thing. The other important thing is that we are graduating. Now, if we had not graduated those seniors, we would more than likely, that's right, on a better team. But these are student athletes first. They are students first and athletes second. And with 35 freshmen, you can expect to have a much better team. The coach did make some changes, and we expect to do better next year.
And so things are on the upswing in terms of the athletic program.
Yeah, I think so. But I want people to understand that Tennessee State University is an academic institution that appreciates athletics, and it's not the reverse. And I don't care how much people want to make it, we are an academic institution. When we in 1937 established Alpha Kappa Mu, that established Tennessee State as an academic institution.
Very good. And of course, Dr. Hefner, we've got about 30 seconds before we end the show for today, but let me thank you for coming by and at least bringing us up to date in reference to Tennessee State University, not only the academic program, but especially the athletic program. I think that many of our viewers are probably familiar with some of the problems that you've had dealing with the athletic program, and I think many are in sympathy with you, understanding the plight that you're in. And of course, let me encourage our audience to tune in again next week for another informative edition of Comments. Thank you and good morning.